Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Popcorn Podcast, where we are talking... Sorry. Well, we're talking about movies and stuff. So do you want to talk about what the latest episode is? Do you want to hold the...
No.
Hold the phone? Oh. Hold the phone?
No.
What the phone?
I like bouncing off of your ideas.
WTPH. Yeah, but you already had the idea of what we're going to talk about.
I know.
Oh, okay. So you want me to introduce it? You want me? Okay. So the topic today that Brooklyn came up with is sad movies. What are the movies that make you cry? So, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. Like with every movie, or just
what are some movies that make you cry? And I think I could probably name the saddest movie of all time.
Like for me?
For anyone with a heart.
Oh. I'm going to say what I think the saddest movie of all time is. I have to say it's either A Dog's Journey, or any of those movies, Dog's Journey, A Dog's Purpose.
Okay. Those are kind of sad. Okay.
A Dog's Way Home, all those movies. Or A Walk to Remember.
Hold that for a second.
Okay. Clouds.
Clouds? What's Clouds?
Clouds is about this guy that has cancer.
Okay.
But he's also a singer.
Whoa.
And without giving away too much, I think you can kind of guess what happens.
He's probably gonna die in the end.
But it has an extremely sad ending, and I sobbed. Really, I feel like any movie that deals with, any romance movie that deals with an illness.
You are missing the saddest movie of all time.
What movie?
Let's just say he's not wearing his glasses.
Oh my gosh, yes, that is the movie I saw every time I watched that movie.
Spoiler alert, My Girl is the saddest movie of all time.
Wait, he's not wearing his glasses.
Yes, and she's sobbing, and that's the thing that she's
without his glasses.
Yes, that is a movie that it's that's just a gut punch, and
it is.
It's such a sweet romance, not even romance, but sweet
it's a friendship thing.
Yeah.
Sweet
but it's
kid
relationship, but then
I think it's a soulmate thing, but not in the relationship way, the friendship soulmate thing.
But for them to go through this, you got this sweet friendship.
Yeah.
Blossoming between two kids, and then having to deal with this major grief element to it. Oh man, that's just a gut punch.
Yeah. Oh, it must be especially hard for you since it's kids.
It is. Yeah. That one's always been rough.
But
I don't think the book or the movie was it was sad, but another one that the book is really sad is The Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh, I want to watch that.
So it's very similar. I read it when I was in elementary school, and it's a similar thing where it's tragic death and dealing with grief as a young kid. That's just a gut punch.
Yeah.
All right, so what are some other I got another one.
Yeah.
But what are some other movies that are tearjerkers?
I feel 5 Feet Apart. But you need to pay attention to her.
So really any medical one?
Any medical one. 5 Feet Apart.
Okay, do you want to pause?
Yeah.
We'll pause for a second so you can talk to your bestie. All right, continuing on.
Sorry, I saw my bestie just now.
Yes. Who is Stormy's bestie Stormy, Raisin's bestie.
Yeah, well, she has a dog named Stormy.
Yes.
And they're best friends.
Yes. And I can't remember if it was on your podcast or Oliver's podcast that Raisin freaked out because she saw Stormy.
Oh yeah.
And so there was a whole side moment where I was talking to Raisin about her bestie. Mm-hmm. So anyway, which movie? Oh, you said any medical.
Yes. Speaking of sad, speaking of dogs.
I haven't
seen it yet, but we're gonna watch Marley and Me tomorrow. from every review I've ever seen, people have left it sobbing.
And it's a dog movie, so you know it's not going to end
about a
well.
dog, yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
it's just a given.
Yeah.
All right, so I got another one for you.
Yeah.
What Disney movie has the biggest, like, sad moments?
Oh.
I can think of one off the top of my head.
I don't think this counts. But in Avatar with the water, when she's getting bullied.
Okay.
Because it's a little too relatable for me.
Okay.
And it's so sad.
I was thinking the movie with the saddest intro.
Oh my gosh, Up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I cry every time I watch Up.
Up is just, that's
so sad.
But it's such a perfectly put together intro.
Yeah.
Like you just, to be able to put all this emotion into it in like a minute.
Yeah.
With no words.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the other part.
That's the part that most people remember.
Uh-huh. And I always watch it with my classes, and we talk about, like, there's so many things in that part of the story that you can talk about.
Yeah.
Like we talk about no Razy. We talk about here, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, Raisin's gonna try to go say hi. Hi. Come on, Raisin. No.
Raisin.
You can go over here. Come on. Hey, come on.
Well, she's like, but that's not where the doggy is. Come on.
But there's so many things in that section of like looking at things like the colors that are used even. Mm-hmm. And like you've got all these references to like
I think
Up, like the balloons and the
but
clouds
I think
and
one of the saddest. I think one of the reasons why that movie is so sad is you can tell that when it starts becoming a really sad part because it's all like colorful and they're very colorful and stuff, and then it starts.
Sorry, I just dropped my phone.
And then so it's all colorful.
Oh, it got really quiet. And now, there we go. We're good.
It's really colorful, but then it starts to fade and get darker and
when
darker.
When they can't have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just goes, and then by the end it's like black and white.
Yes.
Just because.
Oh, Raisin, your bestie.
Raisin, Stormy.
Raisin. I know, Stormy's barking at Raisin. Okay, Raisin, look, there's Stormy.
I don't care, Pennywise is down there.
Raisin, look, there's Stormy. Look, your bestie. Raisin, your bestie.
She's so
look.
She's like, she's not outside. I'm not gonna be hanging out with her.
Yeah. All right. So what else? What else is? What are some other? Are there any movies that you? Well, you cry in a lot of movies, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like, you get a strong emotional connection to it right away.
Especially when it's characters that I love.
And
like a little bit of a spoiler. So Frozen 2. I cry every time I watch that movie. That scene where Olaf is like, I think you're gonna need to go on this next part on your own, okay?
Oh yeah.
Saddest scene ever.
Or that part in
Makes me cry.
the end of what movie is it? Oh, spoiler. It's not movie. But Stranger Things spoiler.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard or seen the most recent season of Stranger Things, pause now.
Yeah.
But when Eddie dies, and you're like,
no. That scene had that was really an emotional roller coaster for me. That last episode in general, but because you had Eddie dying, and then Max starts too, and it's like, I was sobbing watching that.
Which is sadder? The scene where Eddie dies, or a couple seasons before that when Bob dies?
Oh, Eddie, 100%.
No.
I'm not as connected to Bob as you are.
Maybe it's just because, like, I get Bob.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I think there's a part of me that is Bob.
I get Eddie because he's like the outcast that is like, I only have a few friends,
And I've reached
so I relate to him more.
I've reached the point in my life where I relate to the dad joke, fanny pack wearing,
Yeah.
nerdy,
Yeah.
safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one I connect with.
Like,
But
really?
yeah, those are all good choices.
Yeah. I feel like another movie also, that this isn't like a Disney movie, but another movie that's so sad that I just watched is, well, A Walk to Remember is extremely sad.
That one's the sad one, yeah.
But If I Stay that one is really sad.
Oh, really?
That one's, it's not really like any part in general in that movie. It's a very emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
And then Brain on Fire is also one of those that's like doesn't have a specific part that's really sad. It's just very much an emotional roller coaster.
Okay. I don't know if this is a movie that you're ever gonna watch, but it's a spoiler
Okay.
for a movie called Armageddon.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know if you'll watch it. It's so good though.
Yeah.
But it's about space, and that's one that really got to me and my friends when we were younger.
Really?
Like at the end of it, like this guy who's been like a father figure to this kid, this like basically it's about these oil drillers who are going to drill a hole in an asteroid and drop some bombs in it to save Earth.
Yeah.
And at the end of the movie, so it's the dad and then the guy who's dating the dad's daughter, and they're like 20s. Like
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, they're older, but still, like the guy who's dating the dad's daughter, they're on the ship, and someone has to stay behind, and the guy is gonna stay behind, or the kid who's dating the guy's daughter stays behind, and he, like, when they get down there to stay behind, the dad like punches him and pulls his air tank off so that he has to get back on the ship, and then says, like, tell my daughter I love her. But there's a part where, like, they get like 5 minutes to, like, he gets like 5 minutes to say goodbye to his daughter who's on Earth, and he's like talking to her and like,
oh my gosh, I've seen that on TikTok.
Okay.
I've seen that scene on TikTok.
Yeah, so, and you probably heard the
saddest thing
song
ever.
from that scene. There's a music video for it too that goes with the movie that plays the song. That part where it's like this dad who's sacrificing himself.
Oh.
It's such a good moment.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah. That reminds me.
this whole episode's been spoilers, so I apologize, but we were talking about sad endings, so you should have known. I'll put a warning on the episode description.
Yeah. But another thing, speaking of like songs stuff. So I already talked about If I Stay being super sad. But this is another spoiler. But there's one scene where she's. Are you ever gonna watch the movie
Which one?
If I Stay?
Probably not.
It's very confusing. I don't think you'd like it. But so I can say spoiler.
Yes.
Okay. So in the scene, the girl is like literally laying on her deathbed, trying to decide whether she should live or not. And her boyfriend starts playing a song that he wrote for her, because earlier in the movie she had talked about how she wants him to write her a song. And so he's singing it for her. And the entire song is about how, like, he wants her to stay with him, and he can't imagine his life without.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. We realized about like 5 minutes ago that it stopped recording when it got within range of my car, because it tried to pick up my Bluetooth device. So on that note, I apologize for the cut and the random like Oh no, what happened? I'll put a little like music transition. So you just heard some music, and that's why, because we lost some of the recording.
Yeah.
But we can just both agree, as we wrap up this discussion, that My Girl is the saddest movie of all time.
Yes. Agreed.
Right. Until next time, this is the Popcorn Podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Racy, say bye. It's like, I don't care.